I'm here outside of Buford Middle School in Charlottesville, Virginia, where in just a few weeks, students will be returning to classes in the middle of a global pandemic. I spoke with Dr. Doug Schuch, the superintendent of Bedford County Public Schools, as well as Rosalyn Schmitt and Dr. Matthew Haas, the chief operating officer and superintendent of Ablemarle County Public Schools, about their plan to reopen. For Bedford County, they will provide a hybrid option for their students, attending in-person classes 2 days a week, as well as a completely virtual option that students can choose to attend. In Ablemarle County, they have created a 5-stage plan that will progressively allow more students to attend classes in person. To start, everyone will be completely online, except certain students who are either English learners, require special education, or have limited access to at-home internet. I asked these administrators about what measures they are implementing to ensure the safety of students who will start the year in person.
Bringing them into our building, we want to make sure that their environment's healthy. And so we've set first a series of ventilation protocols. We know the greatest risk is person-to-person contact, so social distancing.
All of these children are going to be grouped in smaller cohorts than they normally would be. That will give us more room in general. We're also going to just be very cognizant of these smaller groups and keep them, to the extent possible, separate from all the other groups of kids.
During the pandemic, masks have become a major debate for those in charge of businesses. Dr. Schuch realizes that it is difficult to find the balance between protecting those in his buildings and respecting people's decisions.
Any adults, be them employee, visitors, we will all be required to wear them any time that we cannot maintain 6 feet or more from any other individual. For our students, it's going to be recommended but not required. If a parent says to their child, "You're not going to wear a face covering," we don't want to be having confrontations with kids that we don't need to have.
A major issue that schools across the country have had to work through is how to safely transport students to and from the school building every day.
So I think the biggest difference you'll notice is we are dramatically limiting the number of students on a bus. And so we are limiting at this point students only one student per seat. So that reduces our capacity from 77 to 24. There'll be hand sanitizer as you get on the bus. Students will load back to front and then unload front to back. So you're not having students walking by each other.
For many students, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused significant life changes, such as the loss of a parent's job or losing a loved one to the virus. Schools have tried to implement programs that reach out to their student body and help them during this difficult time.
One thing to think about is in Ablemarle County Schools, we have a better than the state mandated student to counselor ratio. And the program that we instituted last year, right coming out of the gate in March, is it's a nationally recognized social emotional learning program called Check and Connect, where we asked our teachers, our counselors to make contact weekly with students. In all of our schools, they were able to say that they were able to reach out and connect with every student and every family, those kinds of things. And they were really, I think, strong efforts toward reaching out, making connections with families so that they could provide services.
Many teachers across the country are worried about returning to in-person classes while the pandemic is still so prevalent throughout the U.S. Because of this, school boards have had to create plans to accommodate these employees.
As we move through the later stages, that will be based on data and improved public health data. So it is our desire that as we make those decisions, staff will be more confident. That being said, we will have an accommodation process for those that fall into high risk, and we do and will continue to offer various leave options.
While these two districts have spent months creating a back-to-school plan for the upcoming year, they are just that, a plan. These models will be put to test in just a few weeks when students return to classes. I'm Castagne, WUVA.